This week's video is sponsored by Terrainify.
I am just sure that there has to be a better way.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Garmin. This is the Storycraft Society, and this week we are going to be talking about the easiest, maybe the best way to end up with terrain on your table for your games of Dungeons and Dragons, war games, Moonstone the game, whatever your interest is in putting little, small pieces of the world on your table. I think this is possibly the best way. Now, I will give you a little backstory before I jump in. You should know this by now. I'm a talker. I'm going to give you the backstory. So recently, Terrainify reached out to the channel to sponsor a video. Now, I'll be completely honest with everyone here, including Terrainify. I was a little nervous about having a sponsored video here on the channel dealing with 3D printed terrain. Now, the 3D printing aspect of their business is only one part of it, and I'm gonna go into that in a minute. But for me, all of this terrain that I've made, all this that you see behind me, I ended up with that because I cut little tiny foam bricks and made it all by hand and and eventually I had a huge collection. I don't own a 3D printer. It's something that part of me, I guess, is a little interested in, but I'm not a lot interested in. Having 3D printed terrain has never been something that I looked for or chased or anything like that. So like I said, when Terrainify reached out, I was a little nervous, but I got to talking about it with one of my best friends. Drew, here's looking at you. He basically framed it up to me this way: what's wrong with 3D printed terrain? When I couldn't give an answer, that's when I said, well, you know what? I'll check them out. I'll start looking at what products they offer, and if it's something that I would buy, if it's something that I personally would order, if it's something that I would invest my dollar bills in, then I'll consider it. So I began looking at Terrainify's product catalog, I began looking through their website, and I'll tell you what, it's really cool, y'all. It's one of those things where when I first went in, I don't know what my gut feeling was going to be with it, but it's really awesome. Now, I'm gonna dive into who Terrainify is, what they are in this video, but I'll tell you, one, stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give all Storycraft viewers an awesome, very generous promo code that the company has given me to give out to all of you. But also, stay tuned to the end to see the breadth of products that you can get from a company like this. And if you have a 3D printer, then good gracious, you have no reason not to dive on stuff like this. So with that said, that's enough talking. Let's dive into this awesome company and why they're doing something that I just absolutely am thrilled to get to support. Terrainify was founded in 2016 by John, who is a lifelong gamer with a vision of using 3D printing to create a business that provides tabletop gamers with access to pro-quality terrain that takes their tables from empty to being filled with sweeping, realistic, awesome landscapes and ruins. Now, the number one thing that made me want to support them is that they are a small business from Omaha, Nebraska. All products are made in-house by their team. The stuff that you get in your box will come touched by real people, not in a factory, not in a huge conglomerate, mega, pieces being pumped out that there's like 10,000 of them. Your piece will be your piece. All models are original designs that you can get from Terrainify, and the products come in 3 formats. You can get the STL files to print them at home on your 3D printer. You can get raw 3D prints ready to be painted, and you can get fully finished pieces that go from the box directly onto your gaming table, ready for an awesome night of gaming. Now, any model that you can see on their website can be finished or painted in practically any theme that you want. And they have a contact form on their website so that you can ask about having them complete your exact vision. Yes, that is what I'm saying. You can have a vision in your head. You can want alien ruins on some sci-fi planet that looks like Dune but purple, and you give them that vision and they can create it for you and send it to you exactly how you want it. That's so awesome. If you're interested in their original designs, they have over a dozen of them, and they come in 13 different sizes for whatever game you enjoy. Of the dozen original designs, there are 10 different terrain sets. They have 8 basic painting themes that they just already have stock, plus 22 deluxe painting themes. And they are constantly developing and creating new models, new sets, new painting themes. And like I said, custom work for models or themes is not only okay, but is welcome by the company. So if you have a vision that you don't see, hit them up. See what they can do for you. I just think that that's so awesome because you're talking with real people, not some big major factory. You're talking about people just like you and me who can help you to make your tabletop vision come to life. Now, I know what you're likely thinking. Probably the first question that you'd ask me, and definitely the first question that I would ask me, is you make all of your terrain. It's all handmade. Why on earth would you want to pay someone to 3D print you terrain to put on your table? I'll answer that very simply. Sometimes it is not worth it to make terrain. As fun as it is, as great as making some of these pieces that you see on this wall was, some of them were fun, and some of them just outright sucked. It was no fun. I didn't enjoy it, and it's one of those things where I forced myself to make something that maybe I could have just gone to a company like Terrainify and had them print for me. I'm getting excited because this is awesome. But with that said, I'm going to wrap all of this up in a nice little bow. 2 things that I almost entirely forgot to mention, which is just honestly embarrassing for me, is number 1, the quality of the craftsmanship on the pre-finished pieces is absolutely exceptional. I really, really love the interesting look and like the complexity of like the rock with the molten colors underneath. That's so awesome. And the flocking is really great with all of the tufts. I just really think that the finished quality on these is so spectacular. But also, I don't want to overshadow that, but I'm going to overshadow it a little bit. I have put together model kits before. Actually, on the channel, you can watch me put together other companies' model kits. And it was like dedicating a whole video on how to put it together in this little teeny tiny piece to this little teeny tiny piece. And it was absolutely zero fun to put together. All of these are the most simple things to put together ever. I mean, you can see it on screen right now. All of these are simple, just a couple of pieces that go together in a very sensible and quick way. What else can you ask for? All right, back to me blabbering about how much I love this stuff. Some things are very easy to be done by hand. And what I mean by that is if you've got a vision in your head that you can't give to somebody else to make for you, you making it is rewarding and you get a lot of benefit out of it. But I'm gonna give you one really cool specific example that I got from this set. This version, right, is this same craggy hill. It's got the cool tall pillars, but it's got skulls and everything all over it. You could order from Terrainify this hill, and you could also order that exact same hill with none of the skulls and none of the evil implements. So maybe this is a site of a really cool battle or something that happens with your PCs. Later in the campaign, they return to this exact spot, and now you can pull out the exact same piece that has been big badified. Terrainify? Nice. Okay. Bad joke. But you can then now have that exact same piece and maybe another battle happens in the same spot. Maybe the monster that they fought here is now corrupted by whatever evil the big bad has brought. I just think that there are things that this does that crafting your own terrain does not. And there isn't a right or wrong. So, with that said, promo code time. When they said that they were going to give us a promo code to give out to all of you, I expected Storycraft Society viewers get 10% off or something. They gave us a 25% off code for their website and their Etsy store. So that's such an amazing thing that they did for all of us. So now we can thank them by going and ordering some cool terrain. check out their website. Even if you don't buy anything, they're an awesome group of people. Give them a share so that maybe your friends would buy something from them. And if you have a 3D printer, I can't see a reason why you wouldn't support an awesome group of people like that, because you can print the STLs yourself. You can find Terrainify on Facebook, on Etsy, on YouTube, but the best place that you can find them is at terrainify.com. I just realized that I didn't say what the promo code is. I'm gonna put it in the link below, but the promo code is all capital Storycraft 25. 25, like the numbers. Storycraft 25. One other thing is when you order from their store, it is free shipping over $25 if the order is domestic, so that is also great. If you order an STL file, they will be ready for immediate download, and if you order a 3D printed physical piece that is either unpainted or finished, that can take up to 3 weeks to ship because it is being made by real people in a real shop, and then 1 week for it to ship. But with that said, thank you so much, Terrainify. I really appreciate your support. Let's show them some love, Storycraft family. All right, until next week, I'll be seeing you. I felt really confident, like really good, and then everything started to go. All right, we're doing better. We're gonna wrap this up really well.